1997, I think. There was the volcano went off on the island of Montserrat, destroyed studio and so on. And George and I were very close friends. In fact, he became like a kind of second dad to me in his later years. And he called me up, and whenever he used to ring me, I used to stand up at my desk and salute. So I'd be saluting like this. And I'd say to him, "I'm saluting, George." And he'd go, "Oh, dear boy." And he wanted to know, he was going to do a concert at the Albert Hall for the island of Montserrat and the people there. And all of the people on the bill, the thing that they had in common was that they had all recorded there. So would I be on the committee, organizing committee and the rest of it? And yes, of course I will. And it ended up that we did this show, which was very successful. And at the Albert Hall, as you've just described, there's a kind of dressing room thing, and there's a kind of pecking order in the dressing rooms. So George and Paul McCartney were sharing one. Elton John was in one on his own because nobody would share with him. And everybody else was in that big room underneath. There's a large kind of cavernous room. So Knopfler's in there, Eric Clapton's in there, Sting was in there, Phil Collins was in there. I can't remember who else. Jimmy Buffett, of all people, was in there.
And margaritas.
Yes, exactly. And I remember Mark and Eric were rehearsing a version of Layla, an acoustic version of Layla they were going to do, and so on. And there were quite a lot of wives and girlfriends in there. And all of a sudden, Sting stands up and he says, to nobody in particular, "Would anybody mind if I did my yoga?" And nobody takes any notice. And what then happened was quite amazing, because Sting has a yoga roadie. And the yoga roadie came out and laid, and there are in that dressing room, to get into it, you have to come down a set of steps, quite steep steps down into it. So the roadie lays out a yoga mat at the bottom of the stairs, and Sting takes off all his kit. And I mean all his kit. And he gets onto, I remember Eric said to me, "What the fuck's he doing?" I said, "Well, we're going to find out, aren't we?" So he lies down with his backside up against the bottom step, and the yoga roadie takes his ankles and yanks them back so that they're across, right next to his ears. And to be honest, it looked like the last turkey in the shop at Christmas. And as he's doing the deep breathing, and everybody in the room has gone, "What the fuck is going on?" The door at the top opens, and Elton comes in. And he's looking straight down at Gordon Pucker. And he came out with a great line. He said, "If I had a rose, I'd plant it in that."
Love it. Love it.
And Sting is so unaware. He's just completely unaware.